Hi, my name is Trevor Crawford, and I am a software developer on the WebSphere ExtremeScale team at IBM. Welcome to part 1 of a 4-part tutorial on deploying WebSphere ExtremeScale for IBM Bluemix Container Service, or ICS. This video will demonstrate how a user can deploy IBM WebSphere ExtremeScale distributed caching servers via a container image from the IBM Bluemix console. At the end of this demo, a single ExtremeScale caching member will be ready in IBM's Bluemix environment for your client applications to make use of. To start off, you need to log in to the IBM Bluemix console using your Bluemix ID and password. Once logged into the Bluemix dashboard, click the catalog link to go to the main Bluemix catalog page. Under the Apps section on the left, use the Containers link to go to the section where you can see all the available container images that Bluemix has to offer. There, you can find the IBM WebSphere ExtremeScale image in the list of containers. You can now deploy WebSphere ExtremeScale distributed caching and have it up and running in less than 10 minutes. From the Create a Container page, you can click View Docs, which provides general documentation on how to set up and work with ICS. It also includes a link to the Getting Started documentation for the IBM WebSphere ExtremeScale image. The Getting Started doc for ExtremeScale provides detailed instructions on how to start, upgrade, and troubleshoot your IBM WebSphere ExtremeScale container. To deploy the ExtremeScale image, you can either use the Bluemix console or the IBM Bluemix Container Service CLI plugin for Cloud Foundry. As stated earlier, this demo will show you how to deploy WebSphere ExtremeScale using the Bluemix console. For a demo on how to deploy the ExtremeScale image using the ICS CLI plugin, please view part 2 of this tutorial. Now, back at the Create a Container page, the first thing to do is specify a name for the container. For example, WXS1. Next, specify the size of the container from the given list. We recommend using a minimum of 1 GB for memory size so that you have enough memory in the container that can be allocated solely for caching. Next, select the Request and Bind Public IP option from the Public IP Address section. This will allow your ExtremeScale caching servers to be accessible from your client applications via a public floating IP. Note that all required public ports for ExtremeScale have already been pre-populated within the image. Next, click Advanced Options and then click the Create a Volume link. Using a volume will allow ExtremeScale to store user configurations and caching settings to a persistent disk so that data will not be lost if the container is torn down and recreated. Specify a volume name, for example vol-wxs1, and then select the shared file system name from the list and click the Create button to create a volume. The WebSphere ExtremeScale image requires 2 environment variables. From the Environment Variables section, click Add a new environment variable. Specify secret key as shown here and its value. The secret key is used for internal communication between ExtremeScale caching members. Next, specify XSadmin password, abbreviated here as PWD, and its value. The XSadmin password is used to log on to the ExtremeScale administration dashboard. Note that both values entered need to follow specific password rules. Refer to the Getting Started link in the video description below for details on these rules. Go ahead and click the Create button to start up your IBM WebSphere ExtremeScale ICS container. Once Bluemix has started building the container, you can see some information about it on the console as shown here. You can check the container status using the ICS CLI plugin from the command line. More details on how to use this plugin can be found through a link in the video description below. Here, using the command cfic ps-a, you can see information about your containers such as the name, assigned public IP, ports, and current status. As you can see here, the status of the WXS1 container that we've created is currently running. You can also shell into the WXS1 container by using the command cfic exec as shown here. Once inside the container, you can see that the hostname is instance-a random generated group of characters. You can cd to the ExtremeScale nanny log directory, and from there, you can monitor the ExtremeScale nanny log by using the tail-f command and verify that all caching components are fully started. It will take approximately 5 minutes before the caching components are online and ready for use. Once the caching components are started, the logs will show that your caching server is online. Now, you can go to your browser and access port 9443 of the public IP that you were assigned for your ExtremeScale container. Make sure to add the security exception, and then you will find the ExtremeScale Administration dashboard. More information on how to use this dashboard can be found in the third part of this tutorial. Thank you for joining us for a demonstration of how to start up an IBM WebSphere ExtremeScale image from the IBM Bluemix console. Please join us in our next video where we demonstrate how to start up an IBM WebSphere ExtremeScale image from the command line using the ICS CLI plugin for Cloud Foundry.